Modesto, California is the county seat and the largest city in Stanislaus County, California. With a population of over 210,000, according to a 2022 U.S. Census Bureau estimation, it is the 19th most populous city in California. Modesto is located in the Central Valley region, which is 68 miles south of Sacramento and 90 miles north of Fresno. To give you an idea of the massive gang problem that plagues Modesto, California, and Stanislaus County as a whole, as of July 2019, Stanislaus County, California had between 10,000 and 12,000 gang members, with over 5,000 who are officially documented. This number is higher than the combined population of several cities in the county. The number one gang running this area with an iron fist, not only in the prison systems but on the street, is the Nuestra Familia, which is also the Norteno gangs who do the bidding of the Nuestra Familia highest-ranking members. Today's video, we're going to be covering certain operations that federal and state authorities performed on these gangs to try to stem the flow of crime, which includes robbery, extortion, drugs, and murder.
Saturday night in South Modesto, Sam and his partner Frank Sureno stopped a 16-year-old boy wearing Norteno gang colors.
Here, man. Hey.
How long you been banging now? Since you were born?
Sam decides to take the boy home. His parents don't realize how involved their son is with gangs.
You see this walkie-talkie right here? What he's doing is he's communicating with other Nortenos, and he's playing a scout right now. What he's doing is he's walking down the street. Anytime he sees scraps, he's letting everybody else know so they can get ready and shoot it out with them when they come down here looking for them.
38 people arrested and 21 guns seized.
Those are the results of a multi-agency gang investigation involving Modesto Police, the CHP, and the Department of Justice. Now, we first told you about the bust yesterday. The investigation, dubbed Operation Red Desert, started last year when investigators say they started to see an uptick in violence. They discovered a connection with the Nuestra Familia prison gang and the Norteno street gang. Officials say local street gang members were carrying out the orders of high-ranking prison gang members.
These gang members will go around and case the neighborhoods, find targets of families who are at work or at school, and break into their house stealing jewelry, prescription pills to sell later.
Much more to come on this. Tonight at 5, we're going to hear from people who say their neighborhoods have been impacted by recent crime and what they think about the recent raid.
In Stanislaus County this morning, sheriff's deputies were arresting gang members involved in burglaries. They were able to catch 3. 1 got away. The county's gang unit was in on the burglary bust, but that gang unit will soon be disbanded because of budget cuts. Gang activity continues to go up, from drive-by shootings to murders, yet the sheriff's department will have to take some of those deputies from the gang unit and put them back in patrol cars.
And that means follow-up investigations, warrants, and surveillance will all come to an end. KCRA 3's Artai Berra now on this latest setback in the war on gangs.
They came by after midnight and shot a bullet as a warning through my window right there.
Susie Max knows firsthand about the gangs and the terror and the violence they bring to the neighborhood. In different parts of the county, gang shootings are frequent, and so too are threats to neighbors.
And that's what happened to my friend. He was slashed with a big, huge beer bottle across his face. And then after that, they followed him back home and beat him up and broke his leg.
This morning in Keys in Stanislaus County, gang members were arrested and charged with burglary. It's not just gang members shooting it out with rival gangs who are the victims.
All 3 of the males that were caught are on probation and have warrants for revocation of their probation for burglary.
The Stanislaus gang unit is on these arrests, but come January 29th, the deputies here will have to go back to patrol. The sheriff department losing over 100 positions this year due to cuts.
Many of the crimes that you see going on daily are gang members. We've had recent broad daylight shootings right across the street from elementary schools.
So while gangs have stepped up the violence, the war on gangs can no longer pay for the deputies on the front line. In Modesto, Rich Ibarra,
Law enforcement in Modesto serving warrants today as part of a multi-jurisdiction gang crackdown. Modesto Police Department says this is an ongoing effort to fight crime with help from state and federal authorities. Officers are serving warrants across San Joaquin and Stanislaus counties.
Fucking bitch!
The Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department is reviving its gang unit this summer. The move comes on the heels of 2 deadly gang-related shootings over the weekend. KCRA 3's Janet O live in Modesto with why the department's stepping up its fight against gangs now.
Well, the department recently hired 16 new deputies. With more manpower, the gang unit will once again be focusing on enforcement and prevention. Neighbors in South Modesto say gang problems have become everyone's problems.
Gangs are getting really bad around here. I mean, they're targeting anybody. It's not just gangs against gangs.
David Kunkel says he and his family are afraid to go out at night, afraid to get to know the people around them.
We got a lot of grandkids and stuff, and yeah, we hear a lot of gunshots, gang activity all through Modesto. South Modesto is really bad.
It was here at this intersection a fight broke out Friday night, leaving 1 man dead and an innocent bystander injured. In West Modesto, another gang-related shooting at a birthday party.
Everybody's scared over here, you know. Me, and the neighbors over there, all this street.
To rebuild a gang unit from the ground up.
Sergeant Anthony Bajarin says budget cuts forced gang unit members back on the streets to do routine patrol work. Now with 16 deputy vacancies filled, the gang unit will be back in full swing by July. Bajarin says it's important for the gang unit to start by rebuilding relationships with known gang members.
When you build these relationships, it kind of gives you an idea of where you need to start your investigation.
But Bajarin says one of the biggest impacts the gang unit has is working on prevention with at-risk youth.
There's only so much you can do by taking a guy and putting him in jail, putting him in prison.
Now, in addition to the 16 deputies that were recently hired, the department is looking to recruit another 10 deputies in the summer to fill vacancies. Reporting live in Modesto, Janet O, KCRA 3 reports. Janet,
tips from the community can sometimes help officers solve crimes. Tonight, Modesto police officers are cracking down on gangs. New tonight, KCRA 3's Leticia Ordaz is live in Modesto with more on what's being done. Leticia.
Mateo, ever since this baby was shot last Friday, investigators have been stopping people non-stop. Investigators say gang members are feeling the pressure and for the first time breaking their silence.
They're looking to stop that one. So
Modesto police officers with a gang unit stopped this group of men for not using a turn signal.
I don't know, I'm getting harassed and detained a lot.
We're going to continue saturating the areas that are infected by gangs and sending these gang members a message that their activity is not going to be tolerated.
Are you feeling the pressure because of the shootings that have occurred in your community?
Yeah, I can't even go down the street without the cops harassing me.
With 3 violent gang shootings in the last 7 days, gang officers want answers. The string of gang violence started last Friday when a toddler was shot in front of his home. He is now recovering at a local hospital. The same night, a 14-year-old was killed by a suspected gang member. And on Tuesday, a popular and beloved tow truck driver lost his life while walking his dog.
We're not letting up. We can't let up. The community is expecting us to be out there, and that's exactly what we're doing.
About 35 officers with the gang unit are making traffic stops and going door to door, hoping to find the shooters.
The uniqueness of this is that there's been quite a few gang members that are coming forward.
Officers say it was gang members themselves who gave them the name of another suspected gang member possibly involved in the murder of the tow truck driver this week.
We're putting the pressure to the gangs, and it's because of that pressure that a lot of this information is flowing.
Mike Filko says he's tired of being stopped by police, but he's even more sick of the violence.
The violence on the streets, unacceptable. unacceptable behavior. We got these little 13-year-old kids, 14, 15-year-old kids that are shooting, going down the street, shooting people, and they don't even know what was going on.
And there have already been 50 gang-related shootings in Stanislaus County in the last 4 months. On Wednesday at Modesto High School, police plan to hold a forum to empower the community to fight back against gangs by speaking out. Reporting live in Modesto, I'm Leticia Ordaz, KCRA 3 reports.
You know, Leticia, cops know one night won't get the job done, so how long will this crackdown be in place?
Well, Teo, this has been going on for 1 week now, and investigators tell us at this point they do not plan to ease up. They plan to do this as long as it takes to stop this gang violence.
Yeah, good to know. Thank you so much, Leticia.
Well, dozens of people across the Central Valley are under arrest tonight following a massive drug trafficking investigation, with 3 people arrested in Kern County. More than 50 people in all were arrested in a multi-agency investigation into the Nuestra Familia prison gang and the Norteno street gang. Charges were announced this morning by state and local law enforcement officials. Officials at Kings and Tulare counties say they discovered Nuestra Familia was responsible for large-scale trafficking of meth and other controlled substances, even from prison. They're also accused of gun offenses and violent crimes.
We have dismantled, to the best of our abilities, the upper rankings of this structure, and we hope and pray now for a peaceful summer and months to come.
The 3 locals arrested include Jesus Nunez and Maria Nunez of McFarland and Ernesto Zebre of Delano. 21 defendants were named today. They face sentences that include life in prison if convicted.